All right, so what I'm going to do is I would like to start this video off with a book recommendation. Now, if you've been connected with me for quite a while, you know this book. You've heard me mention this book before. And the name of the book that I would like to recommend to you is The Dream Giver. And the author of the book is Bruce Wilkinson. So let me break this book down for you. I would like to give you a short, brief summary of this book. So basically, the main character in the book was an individual who would live this dull, routine life. They would do the same thing day after day after day. Now, the particular space that the main character there was in, it was referred to as the land of familiar. So we fast forward a little bit into the book where there was a point where the main character decided that they wanted to get away from the land of familiar. So they start venturing out. They started doing different things because the main character realized that they was living this dull routine life and it was boring and it wasn't really getting them anywhere. So they decided that they wanted to change. They wanted to do better in life. So as I mentioned before, they started venturing away from the land of familiar. And as doing so, they realized that there is more to life than what they was doing. They understood and they recognized that there were bigger and better things out there that they can do. The main character, instead of just continuing to dwell and stay in the land of familiar. And then, of course, eventually at the end of the book, the main character found fulfillment, found prosperity, and all that good stuff. So I say all that to say this. Once again, I would recommend you read that book, especially if you're looking at this. If you are, for those who are looking at this video, if you feel like that you are in your comfort zone, and if you have a desire to venture away from your comfort zone, I would highly encourage you to read that book, The Dream Giver by Bruce Wilkinson. And this is the topic of discussion in this video, getting out of your comfort zone. Now, I mentioned in the book that it was made reference that the main character was dwelling in the land of familiar at the beginning of the book. Now, the land of familiar represents the comfort zone. Now, for those of you who are watching, and if you recognize and understand that you are in your comfort zone, aka the land of familiar, and once again, if you have a desire to venture out and do something different, if you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, and you want things to be better in your life, you feel that there's more to life than what you are doing right now, I would encourage you to do so. And in order for you to start venturing out of your comfort zone, in order for you to start venturing out and seeking what you feel that you may want and or what you deserve, I feel like one of the things that we need to be doing is we need to be intentional in venturing away from our comfort zone. Now, how do we be intentional in doing this? So, first and foremost, this is where it starts, in my opinion. It starts with the mindset. Basically, your mindset, what it takes is, it takes a redo. Because as much we was dwelling in our comfort zone, that's part of the mindset. Our mindset is basically telling us that we need to be in the comfort zone. So in the same way that the mindset put us in that position of being in our comfort zone, what it takes is a shifting of the mindset for us to venture out away from our comfort zone. So you have to really be intentional. So once you make that decision, once you make up your mind and you say to yourself, I want to get out of my comfort zone. I want to venture away from the comfort zone. Then you're going to start having these thoughts running through your head, right? But it doesn't stop there, because your old thoughts will probably be running through your head as well. So with that, we have to find a way to get those old thoughts out of our mind and perhaps out of our spirit. And we must allow those new thoughts to operate in our mind. And that's where the shifting of the mindset begins. It starts with thoughts. It starts with one thought. You start thinking about goals. You start thinking about the things that you want. You start thinking about things, ways to better yourself, to get more, to achieve, to find fulfillment, to prosper. These thoughts start running through your mind. So that's where it starts, the mindset, shifting your mindset. And from there, you want to start talking to yourself. Some people may think you crazy. You can talk to yourself by yourself in your own space. And you can also be out in the world talking to yourself. I would encourage you to talk to yourself as much as possible. I want you to start telling yourself. I want you to start affirming, declaring, what is it that you want that's going to be beneficial to your personal development? Tell yourself, what is it that you really want? Convince yourself of what you deserve. Tell yourself, ask yourself, what is it that you really want to achieve? And just make it a habit. Talk to yourself. Once again, constantly. Make daily affirmations. Declare it. Agree with yourself. Make an agreement with yourself that you're going to achieve these goals, that you're going to get prosperity. Talk to yourself and tell yourself constantly until it's in your head, it's in your heart, and it's in your spirit. So affirm yourself. So we go from shifting the mindset to declaring and affirming yourself. And now it's time to take action. It's time to apply action. It's time to be active. So once you got it in your mind and once you're telling yourself, now it's time for you to move. It's now you start doing things. You start moving differently from what you was doing before. You start being around new people, other people. You start being around like-minded people, the right-minded people. You start going in different spaces. For example, maybe you go to conferences or conventions where you can learn stuff. Perhaps you go to school. If you've been away from a university or college for a while, maybe you will re-enroll in school, in college, putting yourself around different people. You can get you a coach, you can get you a mentor that can help you out with your journey, with your personal development, that can help you out with getting away from your comfort zone. So get active. Set goals for yourself. As we tell ourselves what we want to achieve, what we want to get, what goals we want to accomplish. And from there, what I like to say from time to time, become a habitual goal setter. As I mentioned, set goals for yourself. Achieve goals. Rinse and repeat. So set a goal, achieve it, repeat. And as you are setting goals and you're achieving goals, make sure the goals that you set, that they get bigger and bolder. That's what it's all about. If you have a desire to get away from your comfort zone, there's going to be some things that you're going to need to do. There's going to have to be some changes made, because that's what it's all about. Peace and blessings to you as you continue your journey. So let me know what you think about this, right? Getting out of your comfort zone. And let's do a recap, right? Let's do a recap. I shared with you a book recommendation. The Dream Giver by Bruce Wilkinson. Once again, if you have a desire to get away from your comfort zone, I would highly, highly recommend that book, right? So being intentional in getting out of your comfort zone, what it takes a shifting of the mindset, having your mind made up that you want to venture away from your comfort zone. You know, think of a way, make a plan, create plans, and from there, start talking to yourself. Start affirming yourself. Daily affirmations. Declare. What is it that you want? What is it that you want? And from there, take action. One thing I did forget to mention, after you shift your mindset and after you talk to yourself, you affirm and you declare. Take action. Write down what is it that you want. Write it down and put it somewhere where you can see it and it is a constant reminder of what you truly want. Write it down. Take action. Do things differently. Move differently. Put yourself in spaces where you will learn new things. Put yourself around people who can help you and you can look at and you're inspired by them and you say to yourself, I want to be on that level. I want to be like that person. That's what it takes. So let me know what you think about this. If you have any comments, if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment in the video. And also, question to you, what are you going to do starting today? What are your intentions? If you have a desire to get away from your comfort zone and you truly want to venture away from it, what are you going to do right now? What are you going to do today in order to do so? What goals are you going to set for yourself? How often are you going to affirm yourself? What plans do you have for yourself? Think about it. Think about it. Start thinking about it right now. I am Reggie B, aka the Growth Advocate, and I appreciate you tuning into this video, this episode of the Growth Times Infinity podcast. And until the next time, keep growing and keep going.